So this is going to be my last video on Yun dive kick. We're going to start by recording 2 dive kicks. Now, standing jab is 5 frames, right? So if Yun is -7 or whatever, which is what he should be off of those type of dive kicks, if you block it, you should be able to punish as he tries to re-jump, which is 100% accurate, right? If he tries to re-jump, you're going to hit him no matter what. But what happens if you try to do standing light kick afterward? Sorry. I don't know why this is randomly lagging all of a sudden. But anyway. See, as you can see, depending on where he hits me, I will either trade or I'll beat him clean. Or get hit. I don't know why this is lagging. Let's exit this out. Okay, there we go. So let's re-record this. God damn it. So he's -7 in this particular situation. So in that particular situation, he's -7. So neutral jump, and then hit light kick, because that's Yun's fastest move. If you time it correctly, your light punch will beat his jab or trade with it, or his light kick or trade with it, because of block stun. But if you press medium punch, it can or cannot work. So it has to be perfectly timed. And getting it frame perfect is difficult. You literally have to stop and attack the first frame that you block it. Otherwise, you're not going to hit Yun. So consistently dealing with dive kicks is going to be difficult no matter what for Alex. At least with this one, right? But you can contest. So if Yun does a different button that's slower, as an example, so let's say he does medium punch instead. You're beating it 100% of the time. So now let's try with Yun's other option, which is forward parry and then 1, 2, 3. So Yun can buffer parry his 1-2-3 with forward. And depending on when you hit your button, you'll either hit him or you'll get punished. So it's not 100% safe for Yun to do 1-2-3 after a parry off of this particular dive kick. Let me make that clear. But Yun can do it as one of his options. Right? He gets one right there. But as you can see, he does get hit out of it because it doesn't work all the time. It has to be properly timed. So, knowing this, unless Yun lands with stand light kick, you're going to beat him with most things off of this particular dive kick. If you time it as soon as you block the hit, meaning you block it and then you let go of block it or hold block and hit the button. So let's look at throw off of this same situation. So now Yun is not in range for throw, right? So if Yun tries to throw, he has to land at a very particular distance. So Yun has to be literally right on top of you, and he has to do dive kick. He has to jump forward, not neutral jump. So if he neutral jumps and he dive kicks, you'll know that you can throw him or press a button or something pretty much without fail. But if he jumps forward for this particular dive kick, then you have to punish pretty much with throw. So let's look at it again. So that's dash forward, jump forward, head stomp, dive kick, and then 1-2-3. Standing medium punch is beating the 1-2-3. Let me re-record that just to be sure. Yep. So at -7, right, Yun gets beat, trying to do his second fastest move, if you time it perfectly. But if you delay at all, you're going to get hit by 1-2-3. Right? So if he's halfway down his dive kick when I press a button, I should still hit him. But if he lands and I try to press a button, it'll beat me because he's already landed and he's not negative anymore. So now let's look at throw. So as we covered, neutral jump is not going to throw, right? But that does throw. So let's re-record that and we're going to mash throw. Oops. So throw beats that, right? Or throw breaks that. But as you can see here, even when I mash throw, buttons still beat it. So this is why Yun has to option parry or re-jump parry instead. So if I And this is only off of this one dive kick. I want to make that clear because there are obviously others. So let's do a different dive kick and showcase the difference, okay? So if I do crouching light kick, or dash forward, crouching light kick for distancing, and then I neutral jump, medium kick, dive kick, and then we'll try the exact same situation. We'll try throw, and then we'll like forward throw, and then we'll try standing light kick. So we'll try crouching light kick first, actually, since I just input that. So I just tried to punish it with light kick, tried to punish it with light punch, and I'm going to try to punish it with throw. So as you can see there, because of the frame advantage that he has at that particular distance, Alex is just stuck taking the crouching light kick. So let's try 1, 2, 3. It's going to beat it every time. So now let's try a different dive kick, which would be the same sort of situation, except jump forward, medium kick, dive kick. Oops. Fuck. Oops. I did it too slow. We'll just start with light kick. Why not? So their medium kick is a medium standing medium punch. Loses straight. Light punch does not lose straight all the time. But if you press the buttons at the correct timing, they will win. Because he's -5, right? Which means that that standing light kick then becomes 9 frames. It's no longer 4 frames, it's 9 frames. So you have 4 frames to react to the block, which is not a terrible amount of time. And you can 100% punish Yun. So the things that you need to worry about then are what happens when he, walks back or whatever. Or he starts blocking after the dive kick, right? He can block it. Just because he's negative doesn't mean that it's 100% punish. So it's only a punish if Yun tries to do something. So Yun has to commit to pressing a button, or he has to commit to rejumping in order for you to be able to punish him. So if he tries to rejump again, so those are some of your options. But anytime Yun has different, negative aspects to him, or negative frames, he still can parry, he still can block, etc. So there's no simple solution. Now, Yun's safest option is throw, simply because it's his fastest move, and most people like to throw after dive kick because it is negative. And this puts you back in neutral, which is good for Yun because it gives him a little bit of meter, since he's usually the person to initiate the throw. And it puts you back in neutral, keeps your opponent in the corner, and it puts you at proper positioning for forcing your opponent's hand. So it puts you right back under the timer, and makes them react. So let's just open up. I don't remember if I did that already. But anyway, I don't think I did in this take of this. So let's open up FBA. Let's minimize this. And I loaded the long game. The wrong game. Here we go. So now we'll load the LUA script for frame data. So now what this is going to do is it's going to show the negative or positive for each dive kick type that he has. They range normally from -7 to -4/5 to -2/1, and then +0 to +5. Let's make him back up. And the first one is going to be this one, which is -6 or -7, depending on how deep it's done. Right? So then from here, this distance, we have at the knees, medium kick, dive kick for +3. We have at the waist for +1. And then we have at the shoulder, like right under the shoulder, for -2. That one's -1, -1, -1. You get the picture. So the lower on the body that you hit, the more positive you are. As you can see, that one was +5, the one before that was +2, the one before that was +3. So as you can see, that after a lot of his pokes, his dive kicks are safe. The only time it's not safe is in situations like this. Right? So you have to really read where your opponent is when they do their dive kick. If they're right on top of you, then it's punishable. If not, then it's not. But because Yun's best option is throw, and in most cases your fastest option is throw, it makes sense for you to try to throw him. But that's not the optimal thing to do if you have the reaction time to punish a blocked dive kick. Now, Yun can also block and go back to neutral, so it really is rock, paper, scissors. I hope this is helpful to anyone that is having issues with dive kicks. As far as dealing with them, I'm not going to go into parries for them because that's something completely different. But yeah, hopefully this helps.